George is in New York City to start off this hour. Hey, George, what's up?
Hey, how are you? It's great to talk with you.
You too, man. How can I help?
I'm calling because I'm struggling with figuring out how to balance growing a business I recently started while also doing a lot of the home care with my 2 young children and a 3rd kid on the way, and probably needing to pay for some child care. I'm trying to get out of about $225,000 of debt with my wife, and we're having a hard time figuring out how to do that quickly and efficiently without my having more time to grow the business.
Okay. What kind of debt?
A lot of student loan debt, a lot of mistakes, and paying way too much for school. I'm a psychologist, and I spent over $300,000 to become a psychologist. So I think you say a lot of stupid. I've heard you say before.
Yeah. What's your business? You open a practice?
So I did. I for a long time was going to do the public service loan forgiveness, but you all were part of my inspiration to decide not to do that and to pay back what I borrowed. And I've paid back. My wife and I have paid back over $100,000 of that so far, and we have $225,000 left.
Well, we inspire people to pay back what you owe, for one thing, but it's also important that we also give you information. The student loan forgiveness is a complete fraud that only 4,000 people have actually gotten it, while almost 300,000 have applied for it. So we need to keep that in mind. It wasn't going to work, so there's that. But yeah, so way to go, man! You got a lot of balls in there. You're a busy man.
I appreciate you saying that because it sure feels like it.
How's the business doing?
It's been fantastic. Thank you. I feel very fortunate that I've been able to do that. And without knowing much about Ken's proximity principle, that's kind of how I grew it and did it slowly and then took a small step instead of a big leap. And it's doing very well. I'm very happy with it. I'd like to help grow it to be able to pay off the debt faster, but with myself, I'm doing a lot of cooking, doing a lot of picking up kids and getting here to there. I feel like I only have so much time. And
because and why are you doing all the childcare?
My wife also works. She's a school teacher, and she provides us our health benefits. And she's an amazing woman, and I appreciate everything she does. But with the flexibility I have with my schedule, that's where I'm kind of picking up, and so that's where the dilemma is.
Okay, what will your business make this year?
Revenue this last year was just under $300,000.
And what does she make teaching school?
She takes home. She makes a little over 70. She takes home.
Okay, so the person making 300, guy or gal, is taking time off from making 300 because the person making 70 doesn't have time.
Correct.
Yeah. That's real sweet, but it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's real nurturing, but it's economically stupid, and it's part of why you're stressed. I mean, and she's also pregnant, you said.
And we just found out we have our 3rd child on the way.
Just found out. Okay, so first trimester. Well, awesome, man. It's exciting. Hey, listen, here's the thing. None of this lasts forever. And so when you're burning the candle at both ends, as long as it is not a 10-year prescription, you can get away with it. But you can't get away with it if there's no hope that it's going to end. Okay? And Christy Wright talks about it in the book we did with her called Take Back Your Time, that balance is not doing an equal amount of everything. Balance is doing the right things at the right time. And so in this season that you're in, you've got to decide, here's what we're going to do. And in the next season, we're going to do X. Let me give you an example. Okay, I'm just making this up. This would happen at the Ramsey house, as an example. We're old school, though. I'll warn you ahead of time. All right? Sharon, in the first trimester, would take on more of the kids' stuff, and I'd put the wood on the fire over at work. By the time she gets to 3rd trimester, she's going to need some relief, for sure. And working, okay? And so, yeah, you're going to have to dial back work then and step in as super dad again. But super dad right now, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe your version of super dad right now is you throw wood on the fire and get some of this paid down. And then when the baby comes, you're probably going to slow down a little bit too because she's got 3 and she's going to be, recovering from delivery, and so you got about 9 months, about the last 3 months of pregnancy plus the first 6 months of the new baby that you're going to be in super dad mode, and so you got to turn it back and turn it on, turn it off a little bit, and just go, this is for this season, and you two sit down and talk about it together. She may not be willing to do that, but that's what Sharon would do, and she would be going, listen, you go. Matter of fact, she would kick my butt out and go get the work done. You're the one making money. She didn't have any tolerance for. I mean, we had Rachel the year we filed bankruptcy, so I kind of stopped by the hospital, saw the baby, went back to work. I mean, it really wasn't like
Rachel doesn't remember that, does she?
Yeah, and it didn't affect Rachel at all. I mean, Sharon's like old school. She's like, "What are you doing here? You're supposed to be working. We need the money." Yeah. So, but that's but it's a temporary thing. I wasn't an absentee dad the entire time my children were there, but I really, when I was starting the business, there was a season that I poured on the wood, and then there's a season that you have to be there as a dad, more so, like to help your wife in these things, and there's a season she has to help.
Yeah.
And it's back and forth and back and forth, and then there's also a season where it's just freaking crazy, and it's just not forever, and we can hold on by the skin of our teeth and just grit our teeth and push through it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are making $370,000. There's no reason you can't get some child care, get some help here so that you can focus on work, because you're going to make more than you would have if you were staying home taking care of the kids versus putting them in some kind of child care for this season, like Dave's saying. And you can pay this off in under 2 years with your income. This is easily possible, but it feels like a lot right now when you're juggling it all at once.
But her third trimester through the first 6 months of the third child being born, your business is going to suffer because you need to be there with your family. But during the next 6 months, your family is you're gonna have to make some other adjustments. Maybe, I don't know. That's one way you could look at it. The point being, if you'll take the pressure off of trying to be everything to everyone all the time, and say, okay, for this season we're going to do this, for this season we're going to do that, for that season we're going to do this, and then by the time when all this is over, here's what it's going to look like, and we get to go to Disney, and or whatever it is you all do to celebrate. I didn't go to Disney to celebrate, but I did take the kids one time after I was gone 60 days on a book tour.
There we go.
That was a season. I was gone. 128 media stops all over the United States. I was gone. But it was a number one. Got the career launch, got the book launch, came home, took the kids to Disney. That's
what they remember, don't they?
They didn't even know I was gone.